Hey, Dr. Brett.
Hey, Ashley.
So you have two huge dogs.
We do 185 pounds of Bernedoodles. One's 100 and one's 85.
Do you take your athletes? Do they walk your dogs?
Yeah, well, they walk. One of them is what I call autistic. It's playful, meaning that, like, he got traumatized before we got him, so he's scared of people. So that's my playful way of communicating that there's something going on there that's super uncomfortable for Kuiper. Kuiper, after the Kuiper belt, that asteroid belt outside of Neptune. A lot of people don't realize that there's this huge asteroid belt that's bigger than the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It's called the Kuiper belt. So Kuiper's 85 pounds of pure muscle. And so I'm going to walk him most of the time, but we're going to walk together and get people used to, getting him used to people. So what I do is I'm a non-avoider in life. So I'm teaching even the dog, we expose him, he's getting better and better. As you know, Ashley, it's not perfect here, but 2 years ago, he was severely traumatized.
Right.
So with love and with discipline and with, instruction, he's getting better. But early childhood trauma is early childhood trauma. When you're a dog or a human, it's real. And it still shows up, 2.5 years later. That said, Jupiter at 100 pounds, 5 years old, totally trained, no trauma. So she's like amazing and everybody walks her. So when we had Mitch here, he walked Jupiter and I walked Kuiper, and we did like a 90-minute session walking the dogs, getting coffee, and just really having a focused, fun experience.
What do you think? Because Mitch is, or I don't understand his name,
Yeah.
but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
You think he can walk Kuiper?
Oh yeah, no, he could handle Kuiper. It's just, it's just
Kuiper.
uncomfortable. When people aren't dog people, they don't understand. Like, you need a dog like Jupiter who's just trained and easy. If you're not a dog person, a dog that's super skittish or super traumatized is going to be very difficult to walk, and it's going to be difficult for both of them. You need a sense of confidence and control, right? And that's the key. Being in control is helpful on this planet, right? But also projecting confidence is part of that dynamic, whether you're a dog trainer or you're, hitting a baseball or great in a relationship.
I was going to ask, how do you teach the athletes that are more skittish? How do you teach them?
Skittish in what way?
Maybe,
interpersonally?
yeah, interpersonally.
Yeah,
Or
so, we're going to gradually expose them to different experiences. Like the homework I often give people is if they're 21 or older or 18 and older in Europe, right? Then, once a week, go sit at a bar, have a beer, say hello to the bartender or whoever is next to you. Little old lady, it doesn't matter. You're having experiences that are going to teach you to get more comfortable in your own skin, which again is going to help you hit a baseball or take the shot when you need the shot, whether it's hockey or soccer or whatever the sport is. Those experiences off the field are invaluable for experiences on the field because they're building comfort in your own skin, and that builds, more self-confidence in general, and then of course more self-trust.
And then so as you see them growing, what is so you take baby steps, go out, meet somebody. What if now they made friends, what are we doing next?
Yeah, so it just depends, but we want to mix things up and have experiences and also learn not to avoid, right? So if something funky comes up, I teach people to address it, and we work on different ways to communicate. The vast majority of people are not great communicators, as we all know. And that's something that we work on constantly. Proactive communication is invaluable. I always say 1 person out of 10 is going to be defensive and aggressive, and it's not going to go well. And that's okay. It's good information. But most of the time, it's going to either lead to something positive or it's great feedback, right? So we want to have these experiences in a proactive way. Same thing with an injury, right? If you have an injury, one of the kids I just got off the phone with has a groin injury. The MRI results, he's 20 years old. They got sent to the parents and the doctor called the parents. And I'm like, you're 20 years old, not 17. You want to be proactive with medical care and make sure they're calling you as well, not just your parents.
100%.